Three more questions, all of which being prisoners of war. Why is it that the black man is the first casualty in war and the black woman spared?
Well, I did not agree with that question. I don't know. Is she spared? We came here in the belly of the boat together, chained together. I mean, I don't see a separation from us. I just see that it's done in different ways, in the way that we are torn apart, and how our families have been destroyed. I don't see the black man being a casualty of war alone. I see black men, black women, our children, our elders. I see everybody as casualties of war.
And the way that women being matriarchal, the way that we express ourselves and have ways of coping with the oppression may give the impression that we are spared. Women would get together and in the kitchen would cook and will quilt and will, go to the church, and we would have these sessions where we vented, where we actually poured out our pain to one another. And in that sisterhood, we were able to get an emotional release and support for one another that I think being a man, men don't have those same type of spaces. And they don't know, and men, and in my opinion, some of the things of being in a patriarchal society, men aren't allowed to lay their burdens down with other men the way that women can.
Being a prisoner of war, I completely agree with both of these young ladies. We together. We in war together. We as women birth our men. You can't separate the black woman and the black man. We together. So I don't think that, there is a sparing. I don't think that there's really a separation. Maybe we deal with it a little different. Like Andrea was saying, maybe the situations are a little different. But I kind of like the fact that he ready to stand up in front and take the bullet for me anyway. And when he does and he fall, I got him.
I talk to a lot of people. I talk to men, women, I talk to people everywhere. When you look at a man, when he's sick, he wants his mother or he wants his wife, one of the two. So when you go to a woman and you tell her all the issues a black man has, or you trying to tell her what your problem is, there is a serious disconnection going on. I don't know if it's just me, but then you got the house Negroes sitting up here agreeing with the women. And you can't even sit up here and have a stage to sit up here and talk and speak your mind from your own perspective to tell you what's going on with you. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. So why are men at the bottom socially and economically? Why are the women above the men? Why are they the breadwinners in the home? Why are the numbers of incarceration so much higher? We know that women are moving towards that, and I'm not trying to create any separation by saying that. I'm just saying when a man do come talk to a woman, sometimes he need his mind to be healed because he's sick and he want an outlet. He don't want to hear, all somebody doing is sitting down trying to express themselves sometimes and tell you what they've been through personally. I've sat back and watched a friend of mine go out and try to get a job and fill out 20 applications and don't get a call for 3 or 4 weeks, and his wife go out and fill 2-3 applications and she got 2-3 interviews the next day.
Well, historically, when we look at what happened, as far as us being a communal people, African has always been a communal people, where we had strong, not just strong men or strong women, but we had strong families. And so that was one of the war tactics that this quote-unquote slave maker said, look, we're going to break this family up because the family, one of our proverbs is the family is the foundation. And so really this is what this is all about. Yes, we were prisoners of war, and so the very first thing this slave maker saw and understood, I got to get rid of the head, quote unquote. You can go to your Bibles and look at and see what Pharaoh did, and I find that kind of ironic that Pharaoh had the same tactics. He said, kill the head and let the female live. In modern day times, we grow up, you don't see a man in the household. What is the problem? How did we get there? Why is no man? Why are there single parent 70 to 80% raising these households with no man now. So something has happened, and it was a tactic that was employed to get us to the point to where we are at, no men now. The white supremacy is based on self-preservation. So they don't want black men in there to compete with them. So what they do is they discriminate, or they make laws. You go to jail, you can't work. The depression, when you see your brothers out there, when you see your brothers on crack, alcoholics, those are defeated soldiers. And so all of this is just about to understand so we can get on with what we need to do now.
Historically, explain why was the need for the strong black man to be killed or broken in. What are some examples of modern day black emasculation, black male emasculation? We'll start with Brother Yakanan, then Brother Don.
Once again, this is very simple. I'm not going to make it complicated at all. I refer to the scriptures a lot. If you first bind the strong man, then you can go in the house and take all the goods. You know, plain and simple. We hear it all the time, but are we able to relate it to what it's really actually sitting up talking about? Some of the modern day emasculation is the prison system. People don't even have a clue what really truly goes on in prisons, and it's sad with men. With the promoting of homosexual activity, with you being allowed to have your wife per se come into your bunk and y'all live together as husband and wife in your bunk. For you to walk around, with your pants hanging down your behind, letting everybody know your booty is available. And knowledge is power at the end of the day, and we don't have that knowledge to understand the tactics that are being employed at us, and the main thing being used is the prison system. Another tactic that I see being used all the time now is on TV. What you call it, the idiot tube? Yeah, where we have black men running around in dresses. It don't make no sense at all whatsoever. So that's letting a man know, hey, if you want this money, this is what you need to do. It's symbolism going on. That's putting something into your subconscious mind to let you know that, hey, it's okay to be this way and to be like this.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna just go back to what I was saying was that historically, that strong male, they didn't want that image because that's how spirit works. You know what I'm saying? You can't really wrap your mind around abstract things until you see it manifest in the physical. So as long as they had the image of strong black men, that would inspire their siblings to grow up, their children to grow up to be strong and admire that strong black man. Another reason why it was the black man needed to be emasculated was because it was part of breaking their nature, because if they knew that if they could break the strong man nature, then he wouldn't be that provider that he needed to be. He wouldn't be that protector. He wouldn't be that messiah he needed to be for his nation. Any traits of her male child showing any signs of being a strong male, she would try to whoop him, beat it out of him because for the sake of his life. Because she knew that that's her mother's nature to protect her seed. So that's a form of emasculation even till we see to this day because numbers don't lie. Single black women are raising a pool of feminine boys, men, quote unquote, whatever you want to call them, and then we don't have a good pool of men for our women to choose from. You see, now that's another modern day classic example of black male emasculation.